Hi, folks. Aaron here, Wisconsin Family Podcast. Hope you're off to a great start on your work week here on a Monday. You can always get a hold of the program or follow along on Twitter at Wisconsin_fam, because we've got something to go back on there today because we've got Jaire Alexander news. So we're going to go back to Twitter and we're going to take a look at tweets previously posted. More on that in a moment here. Wisconsin Family 1 on YouTube, and search for Wisconsin Family on TikTok as well. Okay, so Jaire Alexander released today by the Green Bay Packers. And unless you had been trying so hard to convince yourself that he was going to return, that you actually convinced yourself that he was going to return, today is not a surprising day for you. Yahoo Sports, Packers to reportedly release two-time Pro Bowl cornerback Jaire Alexander. The Green Bay Packers are cutting ties with cornerback Jaire Alexander. The two-time Pro Bowler will reportedly be released Tuesday, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. And let me just take you back to Twitter. May 5th. If you follow along at Wisconsin_fam, I had tweeted the following. Some of you need to hear this. The Green Bay Packers are going to release Jaire Alexander after June 1st. Today is definitely after June 1st, and he was released. He was never coming back, folks. He wasn't going to be back. Goody knew, which is why Goody went out and got Hobbs, which is why Goody drafted another one in the 7th round. Whether that's enough or not could be determined later. We'll get into that. But Goody knew he wasn't coming back. It was over. And that's why he made provisions. Now, they did offer him a token contract, which probably all sides knew that he wasn't going to accept. Back to Yahoo Sports. It marks quite the fall for Alexander, a former first-round pick who was one of the team's best players as recently as the 2022 season, when he was selected to his second Pro Bowl. But injuries have plagued Alexander over the past 2 years. Back and shoulder issues limited Alexander to 7 games in 2023. A knee issue caused Alexander to play in just 7 games in 2024. Now, here's the real issue. Where did it really go bad with Jaire and the Packers? It went bad when the Packers thought he could play, and he did not play. He was injured, but didn't play through his injuries. Now, you have to follow this, folks. The Green Bay Packers and their medical staff are very well known for being ultra conservative. They're always going to err on the side of caution when it comes to players' health, players' safety. Every time. So if they are the ones coming out and saying, hey, look, we're clearing Jaire to practice. We're clearing Jaire to play. He can do it. And he's not. I'm going to trust and side with the ultra conservative Packer doctors, staff, over the, well, let's just face it, kind of a odd, unpredictable guy like Alexander. That was the real issue. It wasn't that, wow, Alexander, I've got a piece on that I want to touch on. It wasn't just Alexander being hurt and the Packers were like, oh man, we paid him all this money and now he's hurt all the time. Folks, the Packers thought that he could play through it. And if the Packer coaching or training staff is saying, you can play through this, buddy boy, and he's saying, I can't, then the problem laid with Jaire. The article goes on Yahoo Sports. He was limited to just 4 games in 2021 due to a shoulder injury, but bounced back in 2022 to play in all 16 games, once again earning Pro Bowl and second team All-Pro team honors. And that's really what somebody is hoping is going to happen again in 2025 and beyond, whoever decides to sign Alexander. The Packers were not banking on that, but somebody's going to. Somebody will. I don't think he's going to get paid as much money as he's expecting or as he thinks that he deserves. But we'll see. After signing a 4-year, $84 million extension in 2022, Alexander was set to make over $16 million in 2025. For those of you who can't count, that is this year. The Packers reportedly offered Alexander a restructured deal in May, which would have resulted in Alexander taking a pay cut. It appears Alexander did not want to take that deal, leading to his reported release. Well, you can't simply pay him that much money, $16 million in 2025, for how unreliable and unavailable he's been. And everyone likes, well, he was really good when he played. Oh, yeah, he was. Here's the thing. Some people today are ready to jump off a skyscraper. Oh my gosh. 2 things. Number one, a lot of people are acting as if the Packers are losing an all-pro cornerback who plays in every regular season and playoff game, but they're not. What the Packers are losing is an above-average cornerback who may or may not appear in 50% of the games, including playoffs. And he's kind of a head case, too. So it is okay to move on. It's okay to move on. It's not that bad. Here's the thing. Everyone wants to lament, oh, well, the Packers cornerback room without him, look how bad it is. Well, yeah, okay, fine. That's a fair point. That's a totally different story. If you want to get on Goody for dropping the ball on the talent that is or is not within that cornerback room, you can do that all day long. But it has nothing to do with Alexander because they've already been living this way. They've already been living without Alexander for the past 2 seasons. It's nothing new. It's just a continuation of what already has been. The 4 or 5 games maybe that he would have played in this year, would that have come in handy? Possibly, but it's not the end of the world. From Packers Wire, Zach Cruz. Packers to release cornerback Jaire Alexander on Monday. The Green Bay Packers are ending an off-season of conflict. Oh, where have you heard that one before, by the way? Another off-season conflict with a former star player. You have Brett, you had Rodgers, and now Jaire. The Packers are ending an off-season conflict with cornerback Jaire Alexander by releasing the veteran defender on Monday, according to Ian Rappaport of NFL Network. Alexander was, that was the useless part. I skimmed through these for your sake so that you don't have to do that. Significant injuries suffered during 3 of the last 4 seasons frustrated both sides and necessitated change. See, I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that the Packers were frustrated that he kept getting injured. They were frustrated that he wouldn't play through the injury, and he had his own reasons for doing that.